Okay, first up, Josh Graham.
Armando, yesterday Coach Davis said, without a doubt, you're the ACC Player of the Year. How would you describe the level of confidence you're playing with right now?
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, I saw Coach said that, and I mean, I feel like when I'm playing at this high of a level, I could definitely be the best player in the ACC, but not just even me. I mean, y'all saw Leaky today. He held one of the best scorers in the country to 2 points, and I feel like he could be ACC Defensive Player of the Year. And I just wanted to shout out Leaky because, I mean, he did a tremendous job today, and it would have been a lot closer game if he didn't take DeVoe out the game. And it was just huge. Just DeVoe had, 6 turnovers, 0 assists or something like that? I mean, it was huge. So just want to shout out Leaky on that. That was big time.
Thank you.
CL?
Yeah, Armando, what would you say has kind of opened up for you these past 2 games, being able to have career highs on both games?
I'll just say just my teammates being so good, just the way we shooting the ball is just freeing me up even more and more, just allowing me to get more one-on-one plays, and I've just been playing even harder than I already been playing, so I would say that's what's been helping me the most.
And what did you feel like when, the crowd gives you an ovation coming out of the game? That's the first time that's happened for you here, right?
Yeah, I mean, it feels great just getting an ovation and just the Carolina fans being happy again and just being able to play in packed gyms like this is a lot of fun.
PJ Morales?
Hey, Armando. So I'm just curious kind of what the mindset on the defensive end was. Obviously, you had a fantastic game, but a lot of that starts with the defense holding, like you said, a guy like Michael DeVoe, 20-point-a-game scorer that low. Like, what was the mindset with y'all coming into this with guys like DeVoe and Usher who can all put up points?
Yeah, well, I mean, we know DeVoe, one of the most dangerous scorers, in college basketball. So just coming in, we did a good, Coach Lebo, he did a good job of giving us a good scout on DeVoe. And I mean, like I said, Leaky did a great job, and we threw Justin at him. And not having Ant today, we just needed them two to really step up. And we knew Leaky wouldn't really get a breather today, and he just did an amazing job. And that just really helped us because a lot of their offense is through DeVoe. So just taking him out just made it a lot easier for the rest of us.
Adam Smith?
Sorry.
Armando, you mentioned, playing harder, which I know might sound simple to some people, but it requires, you to put in the effort. What sort of conscious decision was that? Did you talk to anybody about that? I don't know, coaches or teammates, like about playing harder and trying to just simply work hard for your points and rebounds down there?
Yeah, well, I mean, it was just more in specific areas. I mean, I think defensively and rebounding, I play as hard as I can, but just having the maturity to just be hard. I mean, playing hard every play in terms of like setting screens and doing little stuff like sealing and things like that. The stuff that most people don't really see. Just playing even harder in those areas, I feel like has been helping my game. But I mean, I feel like every game I play hard, but just taking it to a next level with those type of things.
What would you say was the bigger missed opportunity? The dunk that you missed there when you had the running start, the left-handed dunk, or the three, because it was open too?
Definitely the dunk. I mean, I feel like that could have been a really big play.
Thank you.
Sorry, PJ, I didn't mean to cut you off. Did you have another question, PJ?
Oh, yeah. All I was going to ask was when you saw Justin get that block on DeVoe, close to the end of the first half, like what was the feeling running through there?
I mean, it was huge. DeVoe, he's so crafty around the rim. He's good at pump faking. I mean, he's one of those guys, I mean, kind of similar to James Harden. It's really hard to block his shot because you never know what he's doing. And, I mean, that was a big-time play by Justin, and I feel like going into half that gave us a lot of momentum.
Appreciate you. Thanks, Matt.
Okay, last 3. Austin, go ahead.
Hey, Armando, there were a couple stretches tonight where you really, were dominant out there and, your team really started to pull away. I was just kind of wondering, what you think the team's ceiling is when you're playing like you were tonight.
Yeah, man, I don't really know how to really pinpoint our ceiling, but I mean, we could be a really great team when we playing hard and playing at this level. And I mean, it was great that we won, but I'm not satisfied. I mean, I was happy with the performance, but I really want to win, so I'm not gonna just hang my hat on one game. I wanted to keep continuing, and then I'll be a little happier.
Andrew Jones?
Hey, Armando, one of the challenges you guys have had a little bit this year is having a consistent mindset going into games, regardless of the opponent. And Hubert talked a little bit about that yesterday, about how what happened at Notre Dame and what happened against Tennessee and a couple other games cannot happen again. You guys didn't have an issue with that tonight. How much does that show some of the growth that you guys have made as far as how you approach games?
Yeah, Coach Lebo, he gave us one of our keys to the game today was having the maturity to go out there and play hard and not be fat and happy with our win we had versus UVA, which was a big win. I mean, today I feel like we took a step in the right direction, just showing maturity to go out there and play. I mean, it's easy to go out there and play when we got a lot of fans in the gym and it's all packed and hype, but we got a big opportunity coming on Tuesday, I think, versus Miami, and we got another chance to show how mature we can be, and that'll be a big-time game.
Thank you.
All right, last one, Isaiah Lucas.
Armando, could you just talk about how big RJ was for you guys, especially in the first half with 16 points?
Yeah, RJ, I knew he wanted to come out this game and just kind of impose himself because he struggled a little bit versus UVA, and I mean, it was huge. Him coming out in the first half and just heating us up for us, and I mean, it carried on into the second half, and RJ playing big like that, I mean, it's helpful and just says a lot about our team, how we got so many different guys that can score at a high rate, and it could be anybody's night, and I feel like that's a good thing.
Thanks, Mondo. We'll get Leaky up there in a second. Raise your hand with questions for Leaky. First one, Brett Friedlander.
Yeah, Leaky, what exactly was the game plan on DeVoe, and what did you do that was so successful to keep him from getting anything going?
Like Mondo said, Coach Lebo did a great job with the scouting report on him. They obviously run the Princeton offense, which is one of the hardest offenses to guard. But really with a guy like DeVoe, who's just so dynamic in his scoring, you really just got to make him uncomfortable. You know, you got to know that he's gonna score every now and then, but you just got to make him work for it, make it difficult for him, and that's just what I try to do.
Andrew Jones.
Leaky, obviously, you discussed earlier before the season was started, one of your roles in this team was going to be to playing defense. But what is the rest of your role, and how comfortable are you in that, and how much pride do you take on being sort of that other guy who needs to be glue every time you guys play?
Yeah, I feel like I'm very comfortable with my role, honestly. We obviously have a lot of guys that can shoot the ball and can score it many different ways. We got to get a couple guys going like Brady, Kerwin, Dawson, and other guys that could score the ball very easily. I don't have to do much on that end, I just have to do my job to get them open. On the other end, that's where I kind of pick up my role and take pride in that and trying to be a leader and make sure everyone's, on their P's and Q's on that end.
I could ask a quick follow-up. Did you sense DeVoe getting a little bit frustrated at some point tonight?
Absolutely. I think it was around the second half. I think he kind of grabbed my leg and they called a foul on me. I just kind of knew at that point what we had did. So, yeah.
DJ Morales, go ahead.
Hey, Leaky. So when you see guys like Armando and RJ putting up career numbers and, it's your role on the team, in this game to hold, that 20-point game scorer, DeVoe, holding him to almost nothing. Like, how much easier then is your job made when you have those guys kind of putting up, their career numbers?
Oh, it's very easy. Obviously, I want to say I'm not doing much on the offensive end, but at the end of the day, that's what it is. So it's like I get my rest on that end, in a way, and on the defensive end, it gives me, a second breath to lock in and do my job that way. So, yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, and I asked Armando this, I'll ask you, when you saw Justin McCoy get that block on DeVoe toward the end of the first half, what was kind of the energy flowing through you there when you saw that?
I was proud of him. You could see him working in practice yesterday, trying to working extra with the coaches, trying to get the technique down and all that stuff. And I was just like, bro, just play your game, just be confident, like you'll be good. And getting that block, you see his work pay off is pretty good.
Appreciate you.
Yep.
CL Brown.
Leaky, when would you say you kind of bought into the role that you have? Going back probably in past years, because a lot of kids, it seems like today would want to be the 20-point scorers and everything like that. And you're more valuable to this team not taking a lot of shots.
Right. I feel like that, I don't know, I kind of accepted that role a long time ago. All my life I played point guard. Coming here, I haven't really played much point guard, but I got to find a different way to stay on the court. So obviously I had to pick up my role on that end. Growing up playing with guys like, Dennis Smith, Bam, Harry, Seth Woods back then. A lot of guys I used to play up with. I used to run point with them, so it was like I didn't have to score. I just had to bring the ball up the court and just find a way to stay on the court, and that's pretty much what it's been.
And how do you personally measure what is a good game? You know what I mean? For you, you've had games where you haven't taken a shot this year.
Right. Just being effective without the ball. Trying to just do what it takes to win. If one of the guys struggling, say like RJ is struggling, I know ways to get him open. Screening for him, being a good screener. Making it easy for him to get to the goal or get an easier shot. If it's something that he's not seeing that I see, I can just let him know. Just being a leader. Just anything I can do just to help us.
Michael Coe.
Hey, Leaky. So, as you said, one of the leaders on this team and one of the older guys, how cool was it to see Puff Johnson finally get into the game after about a year since his last action?
Yeah, it made my day, man. It made my day. He's put in a lot of work, man. It's been a tough road for him, but we always tell him he's in a better position than Cam Johnson was, and I seen that with my own two eyes. He has no idea, but he's gonna be good. He's real humble. He's a hard worker, so he's gonna be good. I was real happy for him.
Thank you.
Our last two, Austin Bean and then Adam Smith.
Hey, Leaky, talking about Armando a little bit, being a leader on this team, I was just kind of wondering what you saw him, kind of doing over the off season that's led to him, being so dominant so consistently this year.
Right. Honestly, what I saw in the offseason, he worked his butt off, honestly, but I just see him shooting threes every day, working on stretching his game out, and this game he's starting to shoot more of them, but like it's just, I don't know, it's kind of weird him shooting threes and then getting the game in and don't shoot them. But this game, I'm just happy for him for putting it up. But he's really been in a good rhythm. Pretty sure he's been working with a few trainers, some of the coaches. He's been working with Big May. Big May and Sully been a big tradition for him. They're feeding him confidence and stuff. So I'm happy for him.
All right, Adam, last one. Go ahead.
Leaky, I was going to ask you about Armando too, as being an older guy that's been around here. I'm sure you can remember the days when you get the ball inside and get it stripped from him, and like you guys would be all over him about going up hard and stuff like that. I remember you doing that back in the day. Like, how much progress in that area have you seen him make? Because, when he gets it around the basket, he's scoring all the time lately. Like what, just that area of his game, how much have you seen that change over the years?
Oh, tremendous. I honestly forgot. He's been so good lately. I honestly forgot how it was. Previous years. We obviously know about that one year. Don't really want to talk about it, but we all know what happened. But yeah, man, he's matured so much, man. I'm just so happy for him. I really want to see him thrive at the next level, man. I'm really happy for him.
You mentioned Sean and Pat Sullivan and those guys. What do you hear them say to him? Like, what is the encouragement that they feed him?
Honestly, it's a lot of tough love. They joke with a guy like him, and he has thick skin. He knows how to handle it, and we all laugh at him, but at the end of the day, that's just the language that he speaks, and that's what gets to him best. I mean, it's like the little stuff with him. Big May have a different relationship with him, so he kind of stays on him a little different. But man, it's been a good year for him.
Thank you, man.
Yeah,
thank you, Leaky.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, PJ, go ahead.
Hey, RJ. So obviously, you and Armando did y'all's thing tonight. And when you see a guy like Michael DeVoe on the other team, and he's a guy who's a 20-point scorer, but you have a guy like Leaky, and a strong defensive team effort led by Leaky, kind of putting the pressure on him. How much does that allow your offensive game to flow more?
It allows it to open up a lot. I think we execute the game plan a lot well. Leaky did a phenomenal job guarding DeVoe, making it hard for him to score and to facilitate. So it kind of made my job easier. They were able to find me for my open shots, and I was able to create for my own. So we did a good job of executing the game plan today.
Appreciate it.
Brendan Marks.
Hey, RJ. Yeah, just curious. In the last two games, obviously, you guys have played with, I think the energy, effort, and toughness that Coach Davis has told you guys you wanted all season. Have you sensed a change from him, either in his style or his message or anything over the last, week and a half or so that was maybe different before you guys went to Notre Dame?
I just think coach just comes in with energy and just wants us to play hard. That's all he asks for. You know, whenever we make a mistake, make it with effort. And I think that's what he's just trying to instill into our brains, just coming in with a mindset, with like kind of a dog mentality each and every game, because you never know like when it's your last day playing. So we just want to come into each game, play hard, play together, and I think we're instilling that mindset into our into the whole team. It's more of a we over me mindset. We're able to share the ball, and we're able to help each other on the defensive end and things of that sort.
Thank you.
CL Brown.
RJ, how much did your performance, your shooting performance in the Virginia game shape what you wanted to do tonight? Was it something you totally forgot about after last Saturday, or did that kind of fuel, you wanting to be aggressive and get off to a good start?
Well, I know I didn't shoot the ball well, and as well, I know I'm able to shoot the ball. So, coming to this game, I know I was capable of making shots. So it was more so of like on to the next one. I did other things to impact the game against Virginia. So I know my confidence is at a high level. So coming to this game was just more so of just being who I am and not worrying about what happened last game, because that was last Saturday, and it was a new week, and I attacked the week this whole week. So.
And how much would you say this locker room appreciates what Leaky brings to the lineup? It seems like, stats wise, a lot of casual observers might not really understand what how important he is to the team.
The team highly appreciates Leaky. For him to, guard the best defender every night and do a great job on them. Making it tough for them to make shots. Making them frustrated. That's something that goes around the locker room and something that we notice. Other people may not notice, but Leaky does a great job, and he's probably our best defender on the team. So, props to him.
Isaiah.
Hey, RJ, you came out, you got hot early. What did things look like in your eyes when you kind of get into a rhythm that quickly? How does the game change for you in terms of confidence?
Once I saw one go in, and then another one, I kind of found my groove, and I just kept it going. That was my main thing, just to remain hot and instill my confidence. Not get too cold, and just take the open shots and take the good quality shots that were there, and I think I was able to execute that.
Michael Coe.
Hey, RJ. So, like you said, you're a pretty confident player, but how much did your previous performance against Georgia Tech back in December sort of shape your confidence level coming into this game? Because that was the last time you went over 20.
I think I just came into this game with an empty mind. Didn't really think about I just didn't really think about what happened last game against Georgia Tech. I just like to live in the present, not really too focused on the past, and I think that was just my main thing.
Thank you.
All right, last two, Gregory Hall and then Adam, and we'll get Coach Davis in here.
RJ, Armando said it's great that you guys have been able to do what you guys have done the last two games, but it's been in your gym in front of your fans, and it's more important to be able to take it on the road against Miami. What do you guys need to do to pack your game, so to speak, and take it to Miami and continue to do what you've done the last two games, but on the road against one of the best teams in the ACC?
We just have to bring our own energy. We're gonna go into Miami, into their home court. So we have to bring our energy and play Carolina basketball. This is only the start. Let's keep this momentum going and not get too complacent. So I think if we just play with energy, effort, and toughness, we'll be fine.
And will doing that kind of prevent what happened against Notre Dame and South Bend as well?
For sure.
Okay, last one, Adam, go ahead.
RJ, along those same lines, I think it's Miami starts 5 games in 12 days for you guys, and you're just coming off a week off where I'm sure you've been able to catch your breath. Like, how do you look at when you're talking about like the momentum and not getting complacent? How do you look at that when you have such a stretch of a lot of games and a lot of days coming up? Like, what do you think the keys are there for you, and just what do you think about that many games? It's kind of like an NBA schedule in some ways.
Yeah, I know we're coming off a week off of not playing and just practicing, but I just think that if we continue to play as a team, and preach and execute what we've been doing in practice, I think that will carry on into the game. We're doing a great job of, dialing in on players and scout and practice. And I think that that's carrying on to the game. So we just got to remember in the back of our mind that, we're always going to have to play with energy.
Thank you, man.
Thank you, RJ. All right, everybody, you can raise your hand with questions for Coach Davis. He'll be in here in just a couple minutes. Thank you.